three categories. What are the categories, Anubhuti? So first we have ER ending verbs.
Year ending.
Second group is called as
Hey there, welcome to frenchnyou, your go-to place for affordable live online French courses. Whether you are a beginner or preparing for DELF or DELF exam, we have got you covered. Join our global community of more than 25,000 learners from more than 45 different countries with 2 million plus views on YouTube. On our website, you can rate your own French level and pick the batch that suits you best. We offer multiple time slots and you get to choose two preferences at the time of registration. Every French course includes 2 mock DELF practice exams and a course completion certificate. Visit frenchnyou.com to explore course details, success stories and more.
okay. Now we started with a topic that is verb conjugation, regular verbs. Être and avoir are irregular verb, if you remember, right? I discussed about it.
Yes.
But as we discussed, in the previous class, that in French there are three types of verbs, three categories. What are the categories, Anubhuti? So first we have ER ending
Year
verbs.
ending.
Second group is called as
IR ending.
IR ending, and third group is called as
RE.
RE ending, right? So Anup, if you remember, if we talk about être also, être is which type of ending, having which type of ending, Anup? Être.
R.
What is the ending for être verb?
RE.
RE, exactement, right? What about avoir? Avoir is ending with
IR.
IR. So whatever verb you will see in French, it will always end either in ER, either in IR, or either in
R.
RE,
Okay.
right? So, but the only difference, we further categorize them into two parts, regular and irregular, right, Anup? So these
Oh.
être and avoir, these are irregular verbs. Now the difference between regular and irregular verb is that regular verb is have a set specific pattern of conjugation. Like just a few minutes back, as Anubhuti explained, that we have certain endings. If you will see over here, je के साथ e, tu के साथ es, ll on के साथ e, then we have nu के साथ ons, wu के साथ ez, and ill के साथ ent. So these are some endings that we put with regular er ending verbs. Okay, Anup?
Okay.
And no matter whatever verb we have, no matter whatever verb, regular verb, er ending we have in front of us, that will be conjugated in the same way. You will find that endings are same. Now, I have given two verbs. I have conjugated two verbs in the on the screen. If you will have a look, the first one is parler. Parler means to speak, and a second one is jouer. Jouer means to play, right? Now, Anup, the thing is that we have to, what do we have to do is, whenever we have to conjugate a verb in French, irregular verb specifically. So here we can see that it is the second verb, jouer. It is an ER ending verb, Anup. Do you agree with me? Right? It means to play, right?
Yeah.
And what we do is we remove the ending. So as we already know that the ending is
Yeah.
ER. ER is the ending, right? So what we will do, we will simply remove the ER, and what we will be left with? We will be left with jou. Now this part, this jou, this is called as radical, radical, stem basically.
Okay.
Okay. This part of the verb is called as radical. Radical is like the stem part of the verb, right? After removing the ending. Now,
Okay.
if you will have a look, we have kept radical of this verb same everywhere. Je के साथ भी JOU, tu के साथ भी JOU. JOU will not change because this is the stem part. Now, as Anup, we have already seen here the endings. Je के साथ which ending? What do we have? Which ending do we have? तो je के साथ हमारे पास ending क्या होती है? E, right? तो हमने JOU के बाद E लगा दिया। यू के साथ व्हाट इज एंडिंग विथ यू अनूप?
यू के साथ ES एंडिंग
यस एग्जैक्टली। अब आप यहाँ पे वर्ब कंजुगेशन में देखोगे ना, यू विल फाइंड यू के साथ JOUES।
ओके
Right, I have kept it. I have kept it read the endings. Now
ओके
इल के साथ क्या एंडिंग है अनूप? E, right? नू के साथ क्या एंडिंग है?
ऑन ऑन
ONS. What is the ending with woo अनूप?
EZ
EZ, exactement. And with ILS and ELLES,
ENT
exactement. How we have done this conjugation? Our first step is to remove the ending ER,
here
right? So this is our first step. If you will have a look, we have ER in the verb. So we
Yes.
will remove this ER. So ER हटाने के बाद we will be left with PARL. That will be the stem part of the verb, right?
yes
So now we know that the stem part of the verb is PARL. Then we will start adding the ending. So the meaning will be then je parle, I speak, tu parles, you speak,
and par il par elle par
elle parle, he or she speaks,
nous parlons
nous parlons. It's not parlons, it's a no,
Parlons.
it's parlons.
parlons yes
हाँ,
S is
we
silent
speak.
here.
Yes. Then vous parlez,
Vous
parlez.
parlez.
हाँ.
Parlez.
And this il and elle parle. You know, the pronunciation of this ENT never is always kept silent. Is never pronounced.
Okay.
Okay, this ENT is never pronounced in the verb. Okay.
Oh,
So whenever you will pronounce this, these type of verb conjugations for the with plural ll, so you will say il parle, elle parle,
Okay.
and the pronunciation of this also remains il parle, elle parle. Okay, both the cases, singular form also and plural form also, pronunciation will not change. If we talk about this, il joue, elle joue, then here also il joue, elle joue, will not change. Okay, now please read this document, this dialogue, and try to find out if you can understand this as much as possible. Now there is one thing there is something on the screen for you. There's a dialogue, and the dialogue is between the journalist and Luca, the two people. Please go through this dialogue and try to understand it as much as possible. Then we will discuss.
Okay, no, I wanted to ask now. So so journalist says bonjour. Luca also responds bonjour. Then journalist asks him, "Vous parlez français?" He says, "Oui, un petit peu." What?
Empathy peu. Empathy peu means a little bit.
Un petit peu, a little bit. Okay.
Empathy peu.
Okay.
Okay, now Anubhuti, the task is, Anup, the same is for you also. Now you both have to write down in your notebook the verbs. Identify the verbs. Where are verbs in this dialogue, and then just write down exactly as it is.
Okay.
Okay. Whatever verb you find. So just an example, in this third line, you will find the verb parler. Right? Parler. If do you agree with me? Parler is a verb. So I have highlighted this. The same way you have to write down the other verbs in this whole dialogue. Go ahead. Now, what we will do is, please write down these words, both of you in your notebook, and we will discuss the meaning and the main form of this verb, of these verbs. Okay, what are the main forms? What are the main verbs? The ones that we have seen are having a mixed, like there are some conjugated verbs, there are some non-conjugated verbs, there are some regular verbs, there are some irregular verbs, there are some er ending verbs, there are some ir ending verbs. Some RE ending verbs are also there, right? So we have a mixed group of verbs. So
Right.
first, what we will do, we will simply just write down the verbs that we have highlighted over here.
Hmm.
So first one is, as Anup specified, parler, with you also, then away, then présenter, then we have est, parti. Est-ce que vous avez d'accord? Do you agree with me that these are the verbs that we have highlighted? So these are the verbs that you guys have identified now, right? Now we will try to note down the meanings of each verb and what is the main form of this verb, right? So what is the main form of this verb? First one, Anupari, anyone can please tell?
P-A-R-L-E-R.
P-A-R-L-E-R. Yes. Correct, Anuputi. I am asking the main form of the verb, and this is the main form exactly, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the main form. Anup, what do you think about the next one? A-V-E-Z. What is the main form?
AVER.
This is avoir verb.
Okay.
Anup, I have to revise the verb conjugations. Now, presente is same. It is non-conjugated, right? Presente is as it is. What about est? Which verb is this?
Être.
Exactement. Très bien. It's être verb conjugation. What about parti? Do you guys know? Parti? P-A-R-T-I-R. Partir. Okay. What about m'appelle? Where is it? From where it has been taken, or what is the main form of this? Do you know?
Appel. Appel. No.
A-P-P-E-L-E-R. Appele. And instead of appele, we have sapele. We call it sapele. Okay. Sapele. Then again, we have S-U-I-S, sui. So we have, this is être, right? We know this. Then we have parler. We know this already. We have just done. Okay, what about this one? Do you know? Any idea?
Same as appele.
If you will have a look very carefully, Anubhuti, the ending of ER ending verb is never S.
Yeah.
In any case, right? But यहाँ तो S है.
अच्छा, so this can be
It's
A-P-P-R.
R-E ending verb.
R-E. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Then we have communicate.
Okay.
Communicate, it will be as it is. It is non-conjugated verb. Then we have aimer. And what do you think about this one? What do you both think about this one? Last one. P-R-E-N-D-S. So what do you think?
This.
Yeah.
R-E.
Yes, exactly. P-R-E-N-D-R-E. Prendre.
Yeah.
Yes. So इससे एक चीज तो आपको पता चल गई कि RE ending verb में j के साथ ending होती है S.
Yes.
Isn't it? So, that is not the motive for today's class, actually. We are not here to learn currently RE ending verbs. We will stick to ER only. But my main agenda to make you do this work was just so that you will learn how to identify the verbs in a given text. Okay? And also the usage of the verb, how the verb is being used. So we have learned how to conjugate the verb, right? We have learned how to say I speak, you speak, I play, you play. We have done these conjugations. But how and where will we use these verbs? So this is how the verbs are used. So, vous parlez français? So after adding just one word and adding a question mark, they made it a question. Vous parlez français? Do you speak French? Right? Then, yes, a little bit. Oui, un petit peu. Très bien. Vous avez 30 secondes. Now, what does that mean? Vous avez 30 secondes?
You have.
You have 30 seconds. Exactly. Right? We have done the numbers. You already know numbers, right? Vous avez 30 secondes. We have 30 seconds. Pour vous présenter en français. So, what does that mean? Pour vous présenter en français?
For
You do
for your
To present yourself in
French.
French. Exactly. C'est parti. Let's go. C'est parti is let's go. Okay. Then we have next. Je m'appelle Luca. Right? I call myself Luca. You
record.
know already.
What is the meaning of record?
D'accord means all okay.
Okay.
Hmm. D'accord means okay. Right? Now, je suis italien. What do you think? What is it?
I'm Italian.
I'm Italian. I'm Italian. What about the next? Je
I'm
suis acteur. Yes. Je parle italien et un peu français. What does it mean?
Speak
I
Italian.
speak Italian
Yes.
and some French.
Yeah, a little French.
And
Right?
a little, yeah, a little.
Yeah. Un peu français. A little French. Now, j'apprends le français pour mieux communiquer dans mes films internationaux. Now, I'll tell you the meanings of this first, all these verbs, so that you will be able to identify the meaning of the line. Okay?
Right. Yeah.
So, parler means you already know to speak.
Speak, yeah.
Ave is have. Presente means to present.
Right.
Être means to be. Parti means to leave. Apprendre means to learn. Okay? Apprendre means to learn. What do you think about communicate? Communicate. It's pretty common in English also. To communicate. Aimer means to like, as Anubhuti already shared. Prendre means to take. Now, Anubhuti, we can try to understand this line now. I hope you understood. You can read this once.
Okay.
J'apprends.
J'apprends le français pour mieux
communiquer
dans mes
films
internationaux.
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 What do you think?
I'm
learning.
Or,
I'm learning French
for
to better communicate
in my films, in my international films.
Yes, exactly.
So this le français pour
mieux comprendre.
Mieux is to better.
Mieux is better, not too better. It's an adverb. Mieux is better, right? To better communicate. Now, the next line that we have is j'aime beaucoup la langue française. What do you think? I
like
the French language a lot. Beaucoup is, a lot. Et c'est aussi utile pour mon métier. Now, Anu, I remember Anu was confused with this word métier. So, Anu, let me clear this out for you. Métier is a word that is profession, if you remember. So, it's a profession, right? So, c'est aussi utile. Utile is useful. Okay.
I like French language a lot, and it is useful for my profession.
Exactement. Très bien. Then we have je prends Des cours de français en ligne avec un professeur français. So
I'm taking the
this
course.
line is same for you also.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what does that mean? Uh,
I'm taking the course of French online.
I'm taking French classes.
Also French classes
Mhm.
online. My French professor.
Huh? Online with my French professor.
So they course the français French
The
classes.
French classes, yeah. Cours de français. En présentiel means in person.
Okay. Okay, so
Then we have the last one. Voila, enchanté. Enchanté, you already know the meaning, if I'm not wrong, right? Voila, enchanté. That's it. Or here it is. Glad to meet you. Journalist says, excellent. Merci beaucoup, Luca. Merci
no.
beaucoup, Luca. That means thanks a lot, Luca. Excellent. Right?
In one particular sentence, there can be regular and or irregular verb, right? Both can be also be there. For example, here we have avoir,
Avoir
here
and
we have présenter.
yeah.
Présenter is regular, avoir is irregular, right?
Mm.
So this is also we can observe. Great. So I think you both have understood a little bit about how to use the verbs and how to conjugate it, how the verbs are used actually, right? So I'm going to give you a question here. Présentez-vous en français. So this is your question on the board. I'm going to keep it here. This means present yourself in French. And I'm going to keep the lines, the limit as, let's say, 8 to 10. You can use whatever verbs we have studied till now. Like we have studied parler, jouer, these ones also, danser, monter, right? All of these.
Yeah.
And then we have done some verbs here also. So you can try to use only these verbs, and also you can take a reference from Lucas presente, right? Presentez-vous, and then describe your own. All right then. Merci beaucoup.
Merci.
Okay.
Au revoir. Au revoir.
Au revoir.